Tyler Rowland here, and welcome to this edition of Rowland Sports, where you meet the athletes. I'm coming to you from Paul Blazer High School, and with me is now going to be a junior, Ella Sellars for the Ashland Kittens, and Ella and the team are coming off a big season, finished second in the region. And Ella, good to be with you here. I know it must feel a little bit different this year because with the graduation of Michaela and Lindsay and Casey, you're now one of the leaders on this young team.
Yeah, it's very different. You know, going from being one of the youngest and now you're the oldest. But even then, we still have a young team, so we just gotta include everyone and make sure we have a lot of leadership on the team.
And you have, even though you were, of course, so young coming through, you have a lot of leadership under your belt with your different school activities. One of them, of course, being part of the Ashland Alliance Youth Leadership Program. Talk about the importance of being active on campus and how that's helped you develop.
Just hearing from a bunch of different people, a bunch of different teachers and older people when I was younger in the club just helped me develop these leadership skills and attributes that I can bring to the team and other aspects of leadership in life.
And to you, based on what you've learned, what do you think what are the qualities that make a good leader?
Just including everyone, making sure people stay accountable, they feel like family, and they don't get down on themselves, keeping people uplifted and just feel like they're a part of what's going on.
And one of those things that you've been, or one of the parts that you've been implementing this year, is a new system with Coach Davis and her staff. Talk about these past few months and what that's been like for you, especially being one of the older players on the team now.
Yeah, it's definitely a very different style, so just making sure that everyone is down with it. We all kind of caught on quick, so we're just happy to play with each other and let it just flow, and whatever happens, happens.
And talk about the teammates. You all, I've seen you play once this summer and seen you practice a handful of times, and especially for such a young team, you seem very focused and have quite a good bond going. Talk about your teammates.
Yeah, we do a very good job at having fun when we're outside the court, and then when we're in those four lines, we make sure that it's all business and get what needs to be done.
And talk about what you have done individually, the training. I know that you've gone through a rigorous schedule. You do a lot with different teams over the summer, travel teams. Talk about the teams and some of the individuals you've worked with as well.
This summer and some past summers, I've really worked with Brandon Barnes on my shooting, because if you're a Barnes, you can shoot. So he's really helped me a lot with that. And also, like, if I get down on myself, he picks me up and puts into perspective percentages and all that stuff. And then I've worked with Tom Bellamaggio in Huntington just to get stronger, because that's was one of my goals this summer, just to get stronger, quicker, faster, and all that. And then playing travel ball, it was great. You know, there's not much competition like travel ball. Even though we're very competitive in the 16th region, travel ball is just unmatched in competition.
Yes, and talk about the team you played for this summer, and what do you what is maybe one of the events that you went to and played at?
This past week, a few days ago, I was with West Virginia Thunder, and that is an Under Armour team, and we went to Under Armour Nationals. So it was really big, you know, crazy environment. The 17U game went into 4 overtimes, so it's a big environment when you're there, and it was just great to experience that and play with those people and against really talented people.
And in regard to your game this summer, I've seen you and Ethan both in the gym a lot. What have you been really looking to focus on as you come to your junior season?
Really just to be confident in scoring, passing. You know, confidence helps a lot, and Ethan helps me with that. You know, we work on making moves to score and being confident to make those moves in a game. So when he'll play like one-on-one, and if I get down, then he'll be like, this is why we're playing it, so you get better at it to do it in a game. And
talk about your relationship with Ethan, just how he's been. Just being the younger sister, him being the older brother, of course, Ethan now going off to Cedarville to play basketball. Talk about that, and we're going to have a little bit of footage sliding over here, too, of you guys training.
Yeah, it's great. I've always looked up to him, so now that we're at the age where we can come in the gym, work together, work on the same thing, and compete, it's great, and it allows us to have time together, like one-on-one time together before he goes off to college. So that's really nice to have.
And talk about off the court a little bit. When you do get a spare minute, I know those are probably rare, but what are maybe some of your hobbies?
I just like to hang out with friends, friends and family, whether that's going to the pool, going to the movies. I just like to spend time with the people around me.
And talk about your faith in Christ. And I know that and Ethan, I know, and I had talked about that before too. Talk about that and the importance of it to you.
Yeah, it's definitely a big part, very involved in the youth group at church. It's just like family over there, you have friends that are also family. And also just gives me the faith I need to go into whatever happens, a big game or a big practice. It helps me a lot just to know that God's with me.
And lastly, Ella, are there any shout-outs you'd like to give?
Shout out to Coach Ingram. She wanted me to give that shout out. Shout out to my parents and Ethan. And then shout out to Christian Villers with the great Divine Plan apparel.
Yes. Yes. Well, Ella, we thank you for being. I think we got one more here.
Thank you for having me.
Actually.
Oh, and shout out to Coach Davis.
Coach Davis watching here. All right. Well, we thank you for tuning in today, Ella. Thank you for being on. Thank you. And be sure to stay tuned. We'll have more interviews coming up be sure to check out our other interviews with the Ashland Kittens. We thank you for watching today. And thank you for watching Rollin' Sports, where you meet the athletes.